Right now, Dane County's latest mask mandate is going into effect after the previous one was set to expire this morning. How this new order is different from the last.
And we have another cold start. However, some areas are seeing some wintry mixes. We'll track that coming up in a few moments.
Good morning and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now this Saturday. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and take a look outside this morning. Julian, I know on my drive in I was seeing a few snow flurries, but they weren't sticking. Are you planning on them sticking later today?
Well, I don't see them really sticking much later today, maybe in some areas with some grassy spots, but for the most part, we are just going to be seeing it pass through southern Wisconsin. As we take a look right now on the radar, really the snow is into the northern Wisconsin. However, us here in the southern areas, we are still tracking just a bit of that wintry mix, but nothing really substantial as we're getting our morning rolling for us. Because even here, as we say outside of our sky cam, not a whole lot of activity just right now, even though it's still pretty cloudy as we're starting things off. 29 degrees, much better than what it was for Black Friday. Temperatures are still below freezing, but at least we're not into the teens as we're getting our Saturday morning started. Now, as we take a look at southern Wisconsin in itself, the temperatures have been pretty steady throughout the last few hours. We're still into those lower 30s, upper 20 ranges for us as we're going into the later part of our morning. But wind chills are a bit of a factor for some areas as we're looking into those lower 20s to be sticking around for us as we're getting things rolling into our later part of our morning. So as you're heading out the door, you already know we're going to need that coat to stick around for us as we're getting things rolling because it is definitely chilly, McKenna.
And you're also going to be needing your mask along with that coat, Julie. As a reminder, Dane County's new mask mandate goes into effect today. The current order was set to end this morning, but this new order will be running until January 3rd. The new mandate says if you're inside with people who are fully vaccinated, you can ditch the mask. Public Health Director says rising cases, especially among children, were just too high to ignore. Meanwhile, if you're trying to get a COVID test right now, you may be out of luck. Testing sites around Dane County tell us they saw major surges this week ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. On Monday, Fitchburg Family Pharmacy says it shattered its record for the number of tests administered in a day. And it's a similar story at the county's testing facility, which says it's maxing out capacity this week at about 400 tests each day. And across Wisconsin, the state DHS says 30 counties now have critically high case activity. For comparison, just 2 weeks ago, there were only 8 counties in that category. Across the country, New York Governor Kathy Hochul is declaring a state of emergency due to COVID-19. Hochul says she's worried COVID-19 cases will overwhelm hospitals, as statewide healthcare facilities are logging more than 300 new coronavirus admissions a day. Hochul says that's why she's empowering health officials to limit non-essential medical procedures. Those protocols will start December 3rd and run until at least mid-January. The emergency declaration also helps the state get supplies more quickly. Along with the high transmission rate, the governor also cited an emerging COVID-19 variant as her reasoning for the declaration. And that variant is the B11529 variant, and it was first discovered in South Africa just last week. The World Health Organization met yesterday and says the new variant will be referred to as the Greek letter Omicron. Officials are now asking countries to report initial cases and clusters associated with the variant to the WHO.
We understand that people are concerned. The good thing is that we have monitoring systems around the world to detect these variants very quickly. This variant was detected a few weeks ago, and already scientists are sharing research with us, information with us, so that we can take action.
The WHO is also asking people around the world to keep using proven public health measures, including wearing masks, washing your hands, and practicing physical distancing when possible. President Biden says the U.S. is cutting off travel to southern Africa beginning Monday. President Biden has been briefed on the new variant, but the White House isn't saying how long the bans to 8 countries may be in place. In a statement, Biden said his decisions will be guided by what the science and his medical team advises. Meanwhile, Dr. Anthony Fauci says there's no indication the new variant is in the U.S. right now, but he does say U.S. scientists are working closely with those in South Africa to learn more about it.
They're seeing that it's a bit more widespread in South Africa than was originally felt a couple of days ago. So it's in a fluid motion. We're finding more about it, and literally it's something that in real time we're learning more and more about.
Meanwhile, the FDA says Merck's experimental COVID pill is effective, but officials are still asking some questions. FDA officials will meet next week to debate the drug's benefits and risks. One of the main questions is whether the pill is safe for pregnant women. If the FDA does authorize the drug, it would be the first pill for U.S. patients infected with the virus. And new this morning, teammates of a boy killed in Sunday's Waukesha Christmas parade honored him Friday with a memorial. 8-year-old Jackson Sparks was one of 6 people who died after an SUV drove through the parade and struck dozens of people. Carolyn Reinhold shares the emotional remembrance.
As the memorial at Veterans Park continues to grow for the victims of the Waukesha Christmas parade, a new memorial now lies behind home plate at Dopp Park for Jackson Sparks, the 8-year-old who died from his injuries this week.
I come over and like the broken glass I was just picking up, and if the signs are down, you know, we put them back up.
A tribute to the time Sparks spent on the Waukesha Blazers baseball team. The memorial shares photos of him in uniform. Mementos show how much he was loved, like the homemade posters signed from teammates, their families, and coaches. Neighbors like Tony Carnes say Wednesday the team held a vigil for Sparks.
It was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. People were here holding candles. The relatives were speaking. Nobody said a word other than them. We just listened.
What were some of the stories that they were telling him?
Oh, about how he liked to play baseball, and he was so well liked by team members.
The one positive piece of news Friday, an update from Children's Wisconsin. All 5 of the children in critical care have improved, and 1 child has returned home. There are now 9 kids remaining in the hospital, 4 in serious condition.
Still ahead, a Willie Street boutique is reopening today after 4 months of hardship. Hear how a small business owner has bounced back. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol. Julian's tracking your forecast just ahead.
Trust the First One Weather Team for your most accurate forecast.
Most bladder leak pads were similar, until Always Discreet invented a pad that protects differently with 2 rapid dry layers. For strong protection that's always discreet. Question your protection. Try Always Discreet.
I'm a ganiac, check my drawers. My clothes smell so much fresher than before.
Try Gain Flings and you'll be a Ganiac too. The only detergent with OxyBoost and Febreze.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When you take a statin drug to reduce cholesterol, it can also deplete your CoQ10 levels. Cunol can help restore this important heart health nutrient. Cunol, the better CoQ10.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers, and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Like you, my hands are everything to me. But I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, and it got to the point where things I took for granted got tougher to do. Thought surgery was my only option. Turns out, I was wrong. So when a hand specialist told me about non-surgical treatments, it was a total game changer. Like you, my hands have a lot more to do. Learn more at faxonhand.com today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
News 3 Now First One Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, a little bit of activity to start off our Saturday morning as we're starting things off on our radar. We can see into northern Wisconsin and bringing into the Green Bay area. Some snow is falling for us. And then we are over into the southern areas, we're looking at some wintry mixes that have started off. Now, as we take a closer look, these are the areas that are really impacted, mainly into southern Dane County, passing its way through Monroe and heading into Janesville as of right now. As it passed through Platteville about an hour ago. But as we continue as of right now, we are looking at some rain into the Monroe area as we go into our current look at our high-resolution radar. But as we take a look at what more we can expect for today, we're going to be clearing out as we get into the rest of our afternoon hours, which is the good news. But our current conditions as of right now, we are looking at 29 degrees, and there is still clouds, even though there's a bit of breaks every now and then as we continue throughout the rest of our morning hours. Expect the variable cloudiness to be sticking around for us as we continue throughout the course of our afternoon and as we get into the later part of today. Temperatures, however, this morning are still into those lower 30s and those upper 20s for us. 27 degrees right now in the Dells with 32 in Janesville and 30 degrees over in Platteville. So it is a cold start once again. Definitely going to need the coat as you're heading out the door. And that's what we're going to be recommending as we have our out the door forecast for us. Have the coat on. We're not going to necessarily need an umbrella, but definitely going to need to stay warm throughout the course of the day. Now, in terms of what else we can be seeing in terms of precipitation, because we've had a pretty much a dry pattern. Even though we've seen here and there some flurries, especially for Thanksgiving, well, we're not going to be looking for too much more after today. Going into Monday, mostly into the northern areas, we were going to be seeing any kind of precipitation, but we're going to be drying out as we go on throughout the course of next week. Clouds will still remain, but for the most part, in terms of any real precipitation, potentially our best shot is going to be on Saturday when we're going to start to see any kind of mix-up or even any kind of wintry type of conditions. But planning out the rest of today, expect after this morning for it to be on the drier side. However, clouds will be sticking around. Temperatures will rise into those upper 30s. And then tonight, we're going to be quiet, but it will also be cold as we're starting to clear out heading into the rest of tonight. And for the rest of the weekend, once we get out of today, we are looking for that rain and snow for the early part of this morning. Sunday, we're still looking for dry conditions with 35 degrees. And it will be on the breezier side as winds will start to ramp back up with northwest 10 to 20 miles per hour. And our takeaway from the forecast for 3 things we'll need to know is that we're looking at cold conditions to still be below average. And then we're going to see the rain and snow showers earlier today as some of us are already experiencing it. But then for next week, the good news is we're going to be going back to some more mild temperatures with those 40s. And that's what we're going to be seeing here with the 10 days. We're on display of those lower 40s into our forecast throughout much of the next week. And on top of it, 50 degrees on Thursday, McKenna. It's going to be a nice one, but it's still going to be a dry stretch. Not a whole lot of snow so any snowbirds out there might want to don't hold your breath because it's not looking too good for us for the next few days.
Yeah, and definitely this weekend. I mean, if I'm getting anything from your forecast, it's that I definitely need a jacket at least this weekend.
Yeah, just at least for today and tomorrow, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Jillian. Well, also today, a Willie Street small business will reopen after a car crashed into this building this summer. As we head into a busy weekend for small businesses everywhere, Naomi Cole shares the story of Change Boutique that's had more than its share of hardship these past 4 months.
At Change Boutique, it's about more than the perfect sweater.
So everything I carry is fair trade.
Owner Nikki Anderson's vendors are overseas.
The artisans that I sourced from had already been really hard hit from COVID, and so canceling orders is a really big deal.
So after a freak accident, she says she had to find a way to stay open and honor those orders for them. So when the car came crashing through this entryway back in August, it actually busted this door frame all the way in, lifting it up into the air. The glass doors were actually left intact. They did not shatter, but they were left hanging several feet midair.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought that it was going to be a loss.
It's been a tough 4 months. Nikki kept the store open in a temporary location, but estimates the move lost 30% in revenue, which she can only hope right now will get reimbursed by insurance.
We did okay, but we're really anxious to be back to normal.
But now she reopens on Willie Street Saturday.
Tomorrow. Yes, that's why I'm like, okay, chop chop.
Around the store, reminders of that night.
This is where the car stopped.
Like these bricks from the old storefront, now rebuilt.
All of my fixtures are repurposed, so I was like, perfect, new raw materials to work with.
It's been weeks of work to rebuild, with friends, family, even customers chipping in their time.
Like, we didn't pay for anything, so it's been just the kindness of friends and family, putting in the sweat equity to get things done. So yeah, the insurance is like, wait, what? You don't even have a receipt to show us? And I'm like, no, I haven't spent any money. We've just done it all ourselves.
Ready to end the year on a better note.
Couldn't think of a better time to celebrate, show our gratitude to customers for hanging in there.
In Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
And a silver lining to the crash, owner Nikki Anderson says she got some free time because of it to actually visit one of her jewelry vendors in Mexico, a trip that will forever hold a special place in her heart. And Change Boutique isn't the only return this weekend at the Vila Zoo. Lights are back. The lights are back this year after being canceled halfway through the season last year. Santa will be available at Zoo Lights for pictures every night until December 23rd, and adult beverages are available for purchase with proof of ID. Tickets, which include free carousel rides, are $10, and if you have a child under 3, they'll get in for free. Officials say this year's event features nearly 1 million light bulbs, its brightest ever.
It's just a fun way to experience this setting in a whole different light, quite literally, because we have almost 1 million lights strung up. We start hanging the lights up in early October. And you know, you're so used to coming here and seeing animals, this just gives you a chance to really look at all of the grounds we have here. We have some amazing trees, we have some amazing animal figures lit up, so it just draws attention to a totally new part of the zoo that a lot of people don't always see when they're here looking for.
To learn more about the event or to buy tickets, visit the zoo's website. Still ahead, the U.S. Postal Service is ready for holiday shipping, but what are the crucial deadlines for getting those presents in the mail? Find out after the break. Plus, there are several new shows and movies to check out this weekend. Will shares his picks and 3 things to watch. Trending news is just ahead on News 3 Now this Saturday morning.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
Ever notice how stiff clothes can feel rough on your skin? For softer clothes that are gentle on your skin, try Downy Free and Gentle. Downy will soften your clothes without dyes or perfumes. The towel washed with Downy is softer and gentler on your skin. Try Downy Free and Gentle.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
I'm Chilan. I am a mom and a real estate agent. After having a kid, everything that you used to do for yourself goes out the window. The lines that I was seeing in my forehead were getting deeper than I was used to them being. And I realized, you know what? I can focus again on myself.
So what do you see when you look at yourself?
I see someone who is growing and changing, who loves and is loved.
Botox Cosmetic is FDA approved to temporarily make frown lines, crow's feet, and forehead lines look better. The effects of Botox Cosmetic may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away as difficulty swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness may be a sign of a life-threatening condition. Do not receive Botox Cosmetic if you have a skin infection. Side effects may include allergic reactions, injection site pain, headache, eyebrow, eyelid drooping, and eyelid swelling. Tell your doctor about your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions, and medications including botulinum toxins, as these may increase the risk of serious side effects. See for yourself at BotoxCosmetic.com.
When you open a jar of Better Than Bouillon, you open up dinner time to great flavor. Chicken, beef, roasted garlic, sauteed onion. With Better Than Bouillon, the possibilities are endless. Make your everything better with Better Than Bouillon. Don't just make it better.
Happy holidays from Meineke Car Care Center. We would like to thank you for your business this year and wish you and your family a safe and happy holiday season. Drive safe during all of your travels. Meineke, doing car care right.
Does scrubbing feel like a workout? Scrub less with Dawn Platinum. Its superior formula breaks down and removes up to 99% of tough grease and food residue faster. So you scrub less. Tackle grease wherever it shows up. Scrub less, save more with Dawn.
Oh, man, that's a whole lot of wrinkly. At least my shoes look good.
Looking good starts with Bounce Wrinkle Guard, the mega sheet designed to help prevent wrinkles in the dryer.
When your home feels clean and happy,
the people inside feel clean and happy too.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.
We're keeping an eye on the radar this morning as we're still seeing those brief wintry mixes moving through southern Wisconsin. As of right now, Monroe is where we're seeing that really impacting as we take a closer look of seeing some of that mixture. However, throughout the course of today, well, right now we're looking at still some cloud cover here in Madison. It's pretty quiet for us, even though it's a little bit close to that breezy side with those winds from the south at 10 miles per hour. But the rest of the day, we're going to be holding on to cloud cover for us, and temperatures will look to improve into those upper 30s. However, for southern Wisconsin, as of right now, we're all still holding on firm to those upper 20s and lower 30s as we continue into our Saturday morning. Now, one thing we are keeping an eye on, though, is wind chills. For some of us, we are still looking at that wind chill to be into the teens, which is still making a factor for quite the chilly day for us. And of course, as you're heading out the door, make sure that you have your jacket, folks. It's going to be cold. Make sure you're staying bundled up. It's not December, but it's still pretty chilly. Over to you, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. The Postal Service is prepping for a holiday shipping rush. Last year, increased demand for shipping during the pandemic caught USPS by surprise. But this year, carriers say they're ready by bringing on 40,000 seasonal workers and opening up 3 additional high-speed sorting machines in Minnesota.
We've also added an additional facility here. It's called the Postal Support Annex. It's in St. Paul, and it's 330,000 square feet of additional space.
The Postal Service says the deadline for sending packages in time for Christmas is December 15th. And for Christmas cards, that deadline is December 17th. While there's clearly no shortage of films and shows streaming, our Will Loper shares a few of the best in this weekend's 3 Things to Watch.
Every kid has that one gift they want more than anything for Christmas.
Newly streaming on HBO Max is the film 8-Bit Christmas.
No Nintendo in my house.
I second that. Looks like a no-go on Nintendo.
A boy sets out to get his most wanted Christmas gift ever, a Nintendo Entertainment System.
There are no rules. That Nintendo's mine.
8-Bit Christmas is streaming on HBO Max now.
What?
It was the 80s. Stuff got real.
I will be teaching you, testing you, and challenging you on your pastry and chocolate knowledge. Are you feeling up to the challenge? You should run.
Newly streaming on Netflix is School of Chocolate.
Total value of $100,000.
You gotta do what it takes to win.
I think it looks fine. I don't want it to look fine. I want it to look perfect.
8 people compete to create intricate and gigantic chocolate sculptures.
It's a pterodactyl. This is 100% chocolate. No trick, no wire, no wood, no foam.
That's so crazy.
I don't know how it's hanging there. There's no way that thing is chocolate.
All 8 episodes of School of Chocolate are streaming on Netflix now.
Oh my. Sorry, I didn't break it.
You wish to have the curse reversed?
And celebrate the life of recently passed composer Stephen Sondheim by watching a number of films based on his work, including Sweeney Todd, West Side Story, or Into the Woods, which is streaming on Disney+. Meryl Streep, Emily Blunt, James Corden, and many more bring the musical to life, which turns fairy tales on their heads.
All will come to a happy end.
Not always.
Into the Woods is streaming on Disney Plus now, or available to rent or buy everywhere else.
Did you love me? Why did you stray?
I was raised to be charming, not sincere.
Happy watching. Those are the 3 things you need to watch, and this is Will Loper for News 3 Now this morning.
Next, a COVID crisis in Minnesota, as 79% of hospitals across the state are reporting 0 adult ICU beds available. Plus, President Biden is weighing in on Small Business Saturday, how he's pushing others to shop small while pushing support for his bipartisan infrastructure law. We'll be right back.
JC tried game flings for the first time the other day and forgot where she was. You can always spot a first-time Gain Flings user.
Superhammer just about sleeps in her cape. But when we realized she was battling sensitive skin, we switched to Tide Hygienic Clean Free. It's gentle on her skin and out-cleans our old free detergent. Tide Hygienic Clean Free. Hypoallergenic and safe for sensitive skin.
Hey guys.
Hey, Dad.
You ready?
This holiday, U.S. Cellular is doing a little something extra to keep everyone connected. Right now, choose any phone from any brand at any of our stores for free. Plus, save big with unlimited data for our best price of the season, just $30 a month. Now that's a deal to cheer about. Feel the locally grown joy from U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're CreditAssociates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. CreditAssociates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call CreditAssociates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Very well qualified buyers can get 2.49% financing and $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, unlock your code to claim $500 Chevy Cyber Cash on most Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups.
Finding the right ingredients for a healthy lifestyle can be tricky. That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are here to help.
Our Time for Kids Recipe for Health experts use online conversations and on-air reports to answer your health questions.
So tell us, what topics would your family like to hear about? What questions do you have?
Use the handy feedback form on our Time for Kids page to share what matters most to your family's health. And together,
let's take time for kids.
Right now, Small Business Saturday is about to kick off. Hear from one local small business owner that's reopening her boutique after a period of hardship.
And we're seeing some briefer activity around southern Wisconsin. We'll give you the latest coming up.
Good morning, and thanks for joining us on News 3 Now. I'm McKenna Alexander. Let's go ahead and send over to Julian Searight for a look at your Saturday forecast. Julian, what are you seeing out there?
Well, we are still seeing a bit of that wintry mix into southern Wisconsin as of right now, but even into the northeastern side, we are still looking at some light snowfall as well. So we are having some activity as we're getting our Saturday morning rolling for us. Taking a closer look just about south of Madison, as we can see in the southern areas of Dane counties, where we're getting just a clip of some of that wintry mixes, which is still staying into the southern areas near Monroe and going into the border between Wisconsin and Illinois, excuse me. But as we go throughout the rest of today, we're going to be seeing it really start to clear up for us, especially into the later part of our morning hours. As we get into the afternoon, however, cloud cover is still going to be pretty much dominating off and on periodically throughout the course of our afternoon hours. But temperatures, or at least, will be improving pretty nicely as we get into the rest of today, especially into the southwestern areas. For Platteville, we're looking into around those those middle 40s, and we're into the upper 30s for us here in Madison. As we get into tonight's, we're looking for some nice clearing for our skies for us as we get into the rest of our nightly hours. And then going into Sunday, we're going to be colder, but we are looking for a bit more sunshine for us. Now, planning out the rest of today, we are going to be into those upper 30s as I mentioned, but don't worry, we're not going to be seeing too much in terms of precipitation for our afternoon. We're staying on the drier side, but cloud cover will still remain to dominate our skies. McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. Well, if Black Friday didn't wear you out and you're still holiday shopping this weekend, remember to check out your local shops in honor of Small Business Saturday. Every year on the Saturday after Thanksgiving, small business owners are ready for you to shop their stores. Not only do small businesses provide quality shopping opportunities in your own backyard, they keep your community thriving. Supporting small businesses means you're supporting your local economy, tax base, schools, and infrastructure. And that means your holiday shopping will put food on the tables of people you know. And today, a small business on Willie Street will reopen after a car crashed into this building this summer. As we head into a busy weekend for small businesses everywhere, Naomi Cole shares the story of Change Boutique that's had more than its share of hardship these past 4 months.
At Change Boutique, it's about more than the perfect sweater.
So everything I carry is fair trade.
Owner Nikki Anderson's vendors are overseas.
The artisans that I sourced from had already been really hard hit from COVID, and so canceling orders is a really big deal.
So after a freak accident, she says she had to find a way to stay open and honor those orders for them. So when the car came crashing through this entryway back in August, it actually busted this door frame all the way in, lifting it up into the air. The glass doors were actually left intact. They did not shatter, but they were left hanging several feet midair.
I thought it was going to be a lot worse. I thought that it was going to be a loss.
It's been a tough 4 months. Nikki kept the store open in a temporary location, but estimates the move lost 30% in revenue, which she can only hope right now will get reimbursed by insurance.
We did okay, but we're really anxious to be back to normal.
But now she reopens on Willie Street Saturday.
Tomorrow. Yes, that's why I'm like, okay, chop chop.
Around the store, reminders of that night.
This is where the car stopped.
Like these bricks from the old storefront, now rebuilt.
All of my fixtures are repurposed, so I was like, perfect, new raw materials to work with.
It's been weeks of work to rebuild, with friends, family, even customers chipping in their time.
Like, we didn't pay for anything, so it's been just the kindness of friends and family, putting in the sweat equity to get things done. So yeah, the insurance is like, wait, what? You don't even have a receipt to show us? And I'm like, no, I haven't spent any money. We've just done it all ourselves.
Ready to end the year on a better note.
Couldn't think of a better time to celebrate, show our gratitude to customers for hanging in there.
In Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Naomi Coles.
And a silver lining to the crash, owner Nikki Anderson says she got some free time because of it to actually visit one of her jewelry vendors in Mexico, a trip that will forever hold a special place in her heart. And among those shopping small today is President Biden, who took to Twitter on Black Friday to promote small businesses. He wrote that he'll be out shopping on Small Business Saturday and expressed his hope that others will too. Biden wrote in part, quote, "I know how big an impact shopping small can have. Small businesses are not only the engines of our economic progress, they are the heart and soul of our communities." He also touted the bipartisan infrastructure law, which he said will make it easier for businesses to move goods and reach more customers. Additionally, the president wrote that his massive environmental and social safety net package, the Build Back Better Act, will go even further. And a concerning new COVID-19 variant is the B11529 variant and was first discovered in South Africa just last week. The World Health Organization met yesterday and says the new variant will be referred to as the Greek letter Omicron. Officials are now asking countries to report initial cases and clusters associated with the variant to the WHO.
B11529 is named as a variant of concern because it has some concerning properties. This variant has a large number of mutations, and some of these mutations have some worrying characteristics. Right now, there are many studies that are underway. There's a lot of work that is ongoing in South Africa and in other countries to better characterize the variant itself in terms of transmissibility, in terms of severity, and any impact on our countermeasures like the use of diagnostics, therapeutics, or vaccines.
Meanwhile, here in our region, if you're trying to get a COVID test right now, you may be out of luck. Testing sites around Dane County tell us they saw major surges this week ahead of the Thanksgiving holiday. On Monday, Fitchburg Family Pharmacy says it shattered its record for the number of tests administered in a day. And it's a similar story at the county's testing facility, which says it's maxing out capacity this week at about 400 tests each day. And a reminder, Dane County's new mask mandate goes into effect today. The current order was set to end this morning, but this new order will now run until January 3rd. The new mandate says if you're inside with people who are fully vaccinated, you can ditch that mask. Public Health's director says rising cases, especially among children, were just too high to ignore. Now, this comes as across Wisconsin, the state DHS says 30 counties now have critically high case activity. For comparison, just 2 weeks ago, there were only 8 counties in that category. And across the border in Minnesota, 79% of hospitals across the state are reporting 0 adult ICU beds available. That's according to the Minnesota Health Department. As of Friday, only 22 adult ICU beds and 13 pediatric ICU beds were available. The state notes roughly 43% of the patients currently in ICU are battling COVID-19. Still ahead, Amazon workers spent their Black Friday protesting the internet giant while teaming up with employees at another major company. The changes they're demanding. Plus, a dozen Chinese companies have been added to a national trade blacklist, while U.S. Commerce Department officials say the 12 pose a threat.
Shop the Black Friday sale at Grand Appliance for deals like this Amana top-load washer for just $4.98. This GE convection gas range with air fry for just $8.48. Or this Samsung 28 cubic foot French door for just $14.98. That's not all. Save up to $1,000 more exclusively at Grand Appliance with select purchases of our most popular brands. Don't miss this sale at Grand Appliance. Appliance experts since 1930.
With Downy Infusions, let the scent set the mood. Feel the difference with Downy.
Did you know some deodorants may not last all day? Secret works immediately and is designed to last for up to 48 hours. With Secret, keep it fresh. Available in over 10 amazing scents and aluminum-free. Secret.
You've heard that an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Come celebrate America's favorite Christmas tradition, the album that started it all, Mannheim Steamroller Christmas by Chip Davis, performed live in its entirety for the first time ever.
At Overture Center, November 28th. Tickets at overture.org.
Where have all the truck drivers gone?
There's not a trucking company doesn't have a sign out, help wanted.
Mark Kane takes you inside a local diesel driving school to find out what's causing the driver shortage and what's being done to get them back on the road. Thursday on News 3 Now at 6. When it comes to weather, only one thing really matters: accuracy.
Only one station can be the best.
News 3 Now. First Warn Weather has the most accurate forecast, according to Weather Rate.
Count on First Warn Weather for your most accurate forecast.
Life in the 608 is all about how you live it, and there's plenty of inspiration.
This is just an idea that I rolled with.
I'm News 3 Now's Josh Spreiter. I'm visiting the people, places, and events that make this area one of a kind.
Who's the evil twin?
Tell me what inspires you, and it might be featured on News 3 Now this morning.
My motto is, be the change you want to see in the world.
In the 608, weekdays on News 3 Now this morning.
It doesn't get any better than this.
We're still keeping an eye on the radars. We're still looking at some of that wintry mixture into our southern areas of Wisconsin near Monroe and trying to make its way into the Janesville area. But as we're going in throughout the rest of the morning, well, just know it's going to be clearing up for us as we continue throughout. But as of right now, currently here in Madison, we're still dealing with some overcast for us, 29 degrees as of right now. And as we're planning out the rest of the day, no, we're looking at a little bit of improvement, but it's still going to be on the chillier side. Temperatures will be into the upper 30s as we get into the afternoon, and we're not looking for much sunshine, but still not too bad of a day. But for the rest of the weekend, planning it out going into Sunday, well, partly cloudy and just a bit more breezy as we're going to be seeing those winds hit into the 10 to 20 miles per hour range. So definitely going to be on the breezier side and a little chillier for Sunday, but not too bad as we're going to be seeing a bit more sunshine as we go into Sunday, McKenna.
All right, thanks, Julian. A dozen Chinese companies have been added to a trade blacklist by the U.S. Commerce Department as of Wednesday. The White House claims these companies could undermine U.S. national security. U.S. officials fear emerging U.S. technologies could be used for quantum computing efforts that would support China's military. The Commerce Department says many of these firms have supported the modernization of China's army. In response to the new sanctions, the Chinese Foreign Ministry says it will take all necessary measures to safeguard the legitimate rights and interests of Chinese companies. And some Amazon workers used this Black Friday to protest their employer. They marched from Jeff Bezos' New York City home, he's the Amazon's founder, to Howard Schultz's penthouse. Schultz runs Starbucks. This was part of a global day of protest called Make Amazon Pay. Organizers say Amazon has been profiteering during the pandemic, busting unions and committing environmental crimes. Rallies and strikes were organized in 20 countries. And millions of Americans lost their jobs during the pandemic, but something else happened as well. Millions more left voluntarily. As Vanessa Yurkovich reports, it's called the Great Resignation.
A simple task. Kate Santangelo picks up her 7-year-old daughter Grace from school, something she's waited years to do.
Do you recall how often you were able to pick your daughter up from school?
Oh my gosh, never.
But that all changed in April. She quit her 15-year career in sales to be home full-time with her kids.
I was working endless hours and traveling a lot.
If COVID didn't happen, do you think that you still would have quit your job?
No, I think I'd still be there. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
She's one of millions quitting the workforce in recent months. A record 4.4 million quits in September. It's being called the Great Resignation.
We had so much time that, we had to be sitting in our homes and spending time with people that we live with and just shifting priorities.
And she's one of 4.7 million business applications filed from January through October of this year, a 34% increase from the same time period in 2019. She founded Monmouth Moms, a resource guide for parents.
It allows me to take off if I need to bring, my kids to the doctor or, offer more flexibility in terms of when I can even schedule appointments for them.
It's not just moms leaving the workforce. Americans are retiring in greater numbers, too.
What am I looking at behind you guys right now?
That's our RV. Yeah, that's our RV. You got it in the background.
Scott and Mary Banks retired early this September at 57 and 59 respectively and are road tripping across the country.
Packed up, strapped down, and ready to head down the road.
Scott quit his finance job. Mary left real estate.
I said, what would you think if we did it now instead of waiting 3 more years?
And I'm like, I pushed all my chips in. I'm all in.
1.5 million Americans were on pace to retire during the pandemic. Instead, that number more than doubled to 3.6 million.
And it was just that thought of, gosh, wouldn't it be just a tragedy if we spent all this time working for our retirement and then right near the finish line, you catch a horrible disease and die and never get to enjoy your retirement.
So they capitalized on the hot housing market, sold their home, and hit the road.
How is life on the road compared to the jobs that you left behind?
Gosh, I wish I could say it was tough, but no, it's great. I do not miss at all working right now.
The industries suffering the most voluntary resignations have been education, transportation, leisure, and hospitality, though they're the same sectors that were having trouble keeping people even before the pandemic hit. Coming up, the Donda Bulletproof Vest worn and signed by Kanye West is being offered at an auction, but for how much? Find out after the break. And you're looking live over the Capitol. Julian will have your full forecast next on News 3 Now this Saturday morning.
Reaching higher. Monday night at 6:30.
Keep your home and family warm and cozy this winter with a new degree of comfort from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
Downey's been taking you back since way back, with freshness and softness you never forget. Feel the difference with Downey.
New Vicks Convenience Pack.
DayQuil Severe for you, and Daily Vicks Super C for me.
Vicks Super C is a daily supplement with vitamin C and B vitamins to help energize and replenish. DayQuil Severe is the max-strength daytime coughing power through your day medicine. New from Vicks.
Hey Madison, if you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, the team at Bergstrom Chevrolet has you covered. Shop 2,000 used vehicles, including Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, with their exclusive 7-day lowest price protection and 7-day money-back guarantee. Great selection, great value, great rates, and a team that cares. Shop pre-owned at Bergstrom Chevrolet, Madison and Middleton, driven to deliver.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Do I need to pre-treat my laundry? Nope. With Tide Pods, you don't need to worry. The pre-treaters are built in. Tide Pods dissolve even when the water is freezing. Nice. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide.
NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief for your worst cold and flu symptoms. On Sunday night and every night. NyQuil Severe, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, best sleep with a cold medicine.
Is your home giving you the cold shoulder? Fight back with a new energy-saving furnace from your local Rheem contractor.
Feel the Wohlers difference. Call Wohlers Heating and Air Conditioning today. Serving Dane County for over 45 years.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A little bit of activity to start off our Saturday morning, but not a whole lot, and it's looking to clear up as we're continuing into our morning. But good morning, everyone. As we're getting things rolling, this is what we're looking at for our radar, especially into the upper northern areas of Wisconsin, where we've been seeing some light snowfall throughout the course of this entire morning. But even for us here in southern Wisconsin, as we take a closer look between Monroe and now Janesville, we've been looking at some wintry mixes, but it's starting to clear out from Monroe and is making its way into Janesville and going into Illinois. But we're going to be clearing up once this is all over, said and done. Just a little bit of rain has been mixed in with that, and that's what we're going to start to see thanks to this system that brought in some of that weak precipitation into southern areas of Wisconsin. But as we can see, it's still staying into the Illinois area, and that's why we're going to be looking at more dry conditions and clearing out as we get into the rest of today. So on top of that, once we get past the earlier part of our morning, we're going to start to see going into the afternoon, we're clearing up in terms of precipitation. However, temperatures will start to warm up and improve pretty nicely as we're looking at those 40s into the western half of the state, southern areas of the state. And then we're going to be into those upper 30s here in Madison. Cloud cover is going to stick around until we get into the evening hours, and then we're going to be clearing up going into our Saturday nights. And temperatures are still not going to be super cold, but definitely on the chillier side in terms of what we're going to be seeing for tonight. And then as we go into Sunday, well, temperatures will be back to those lower 30s, mid-30 area, but we're looking for more sunshine. But as we're planning out the rest of our day for Saturday, well, just know it's not going to be too bad. It's just going to be on the quiet side, still holding on to cloud cover throughout the day. With those upper 30s will also be pretty pleasant. As we get into Sunday, however, that's where we're looking for that change, as we're going to be seeing those winds starting to pick back up. 10 to 20 miles per hour is going to be on the breezier side. But again, we are looking for more sunshine heading into our Sunday. Now, the three things we'll need to know or to take away from our forecast is that for the rest of the weekend and then starting off for the first day of next week, we're going to be looking at mild temperatures coming back with 40s. But for this weekend, we're staying colder than average. And on top of that, we are going to still see, just once again, just for isolated areas into southern Wisconsin, looking at rain and snow showers, but those look to end pretty much this morning. As we get into the afternoon, we're looking for that to clear up for us. And then afterwards, we are looking for a dry stretch, especially as we get into the first 4 days of next week. And then we're looking for warming up as well. 50 degrees, that's right, as we get into next Thursday. And then for next weekend, well, we're looking for that roller coaster to drop back down as we're going to go back into those lower 40s and into those lower 30s, giving us a taste of winter once again, and could potentially see a bit of some wintry type of weather, maybe a flurry going into our Saturday morning. But going into our December, we are going to definitely be back to more wintry-like conditions. It is definitely a take or to leave it, but at least we're going to be seeing 40s starting off next week. McKenna.
Yeah, I'll take that as long as it's a little bit warmer. Thanks, Julian. A bulletproof vest worn by Kanye West during the release and listening party for his album Donda is headed to auction. The vest is being offered at Christie's with a pre-sale estimate between $20,000 to $30,000. The singer, now known as Ye, wore the vest back in August at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. It features ballistics panels and has Donda hand-painted in white and signed MBD, which stands for My Body Different. West's album Donda was dedicated to his late mother, Donda West. It set an Apple Music record for the most live streams in history, with more than 5.4 million. Stick with News 3 Now all weekend. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10. But first, after accidentally texting the wrong number 6 years ago, a purposeful friendship has remained. We're back in a moment.
Make this holiday season special when you use the Pick and Save app to get personalized coupons, rewards like fuel points, and weekly deals. So you can get exactly what you want at prices that are lower than low. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
We do it every night.
Every night.
I live alone, but I still do it every night.
Right after dinner.
Definitely after meatloaf. Like clockwork.
Do it. Run your dishwasher with Cascade Platinum and save water. Did you know an Energy Star certified dishwasher uses less than 4 gallons per cycle, while a running sink uses that every 2 minutes? That means even small loads can save water. So why not do it? Run your dishwasher every night with Cascade Platinum, the surprising way to save water.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Save on all appliances during the Black Friday sale at Grand Appliance. And get up to $1,000 in extra savings you won't find anywhere else. Save on popular brands like LG with this 27 cubic foot 4-door French door refrigerator for just $18.98. Or this 4-piece stainless steel kitchen package with convection range for just $23.47. Shop now at grandappliance.com. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
When I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, I waited to get treated. Thought surgery was my only option. But then I found out about non-surgical treatments. It was a total game changer. Learn more about the condition at factsonhand.com.
With Pick and Save delivery, it's easy to get your special holiday foods brought right to your door. And that's music to your ears. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
It's one thing to say you have the most accurate forecast. It's another to prove it, and we've done just that.
First Warn Weather has been certified most accurate here in Madison by WeatherRate, an independent research firm. They study every news station's forecast every day, every year, and determine scientifically which forecasts align with the actual observed conditions.
Only one station came out on top, and that's News 3 Now First Warn Weather.
Trust the First Warn Weather team for your most accurate forecast.
Finally, this morning, it's the Thanksgiving tradition that just doesn't get old, not only to Arizonans, but all around the world. Grandma Wanda and Jamal are celebrating their 6th Thanksgiving together after the mistaken text she sent to him about the holiday all the way back in 2016. Brianna Whitney shares how that text changed their lives.
Year 6. Can you guys believe it?
No. No.
Not at all. I feel like I'm getting older every second.
It's become a tale and tradition as old as time.
It feels very good inside to know that I bring people joy.
By now, the world knows the story. Wanda Dench accidentally texted Jamal in 2016 for Thanksgiving dinner, thinking she texted her real grandson. That year, they got together for the holiday, thinking it would be a one-time thing. Now they count their blessings that it wasn't. How old were you when we started?
17, I believe. Yeah, I was 17 the first year. Now I'm turning 23 next month. 2 months.
You're getting recognized in public.
Yes.
Best Buy, Verizon.
It's so funny is anywhere where there's young people, they recognize.
What do you guys think it is about this story that people come back and they're actually asking for it? They want to know updates on your lives each year.
I've asked that question so many times, and I get the answer that it was a feel-good story. And I guess there's a lot, but I mean, people want a feel-good story.
The two have celebrated more than just Thanksgiving together. Christmas, birthdays, and exciting new opportunities that have come their way.
All this kind of helped me figure out what I really want to do in life.
Well, give everybody the update. What are you starting to pursue?
Right now, I'm starting to pursue an acting career.
If you have your own talk show, can I be on it?
Of course,
okay.
Of course. You're the main person.
You're the co-host.
Together. Co-host.
But Wanda and Jamal have experienced loss together, too. Wanda's husband, Lonnie, passed away from COVID last year, their first year spending Thanksgiving without him. Wanda credits social media for helping her through it.
I get so many people, giving condolences, and they're just so genuine and so uplifting.
This story almost never happened. Had Wanda not responded when Jamal jokingly said he'd come over for a Thanksgiving plate that first year. Yet, here we are in 2021. At times, the world can feel divisive and heavy. But this story is so simple. It knows no boundaries of race, age, or background. This is pure friendship, admiration, and love. What if you had never done that?
If I had never
texted him back,
then I would have missed out on a wonderful relationship. I changed my view totally of the younger generation, and now that I reflect back on all these years, I didn't change their life; they changed mine.
In Mesa, Brianna Whitney for Arizona's Family.
And a quick closing look at our forecast. Well, the next few days aside from today are going to be dry, and we are going to be having our coolest day for the next few on Sunday. Then we're going to be heading into those mild temperatures. Low 40s look to remain into our forecast until we warm up to about the 50s heading into Thursday. Then that roller coaster will top out and drop down heading into next week, or next weekend. We're going to be seeing a chance of seeing some flurries. For the most part, we're going to still stay on that drier trend, especially as we head into December, where we're going back to more seasonable temperatures with those 30s in the way. But until then, definitely enjoy the dry conditions because snow will be here before we know it, and I am so excited for it, McKenna. I'm excited. It's going to start finally feeling like Christmas now. Thanksgiving done, we'll get some snow in here soon enough, and it'll feel like Christmas. Thanks so much for joining us on News 3 this morning. Brad will have the day's top stories tonight at 6 and 10.